is when you talking to the principalities and reminding the powers and telling them who you are and what's going to happen. That's when you get an attitude. We have access to God with boldness and confidence. We can go boldly to the throne of God. We can go confidently to him. But what does the devil do? He keeps bringing up your past. He keeps bringing up your failures. He keeps bringing up your shortcomings. I'm not going to God on the basis of my righteousness, not my righteousness. I'm going on the basis of his righteousness and who he is.
Welcome to Flat Out Elected. My name is Rand Campbell. Okay, so I watched the debate between Aron Ra, the sun god, and Jeranism. And look, all due respect to Jeranism, I know that he is a true flat earther who has done a lot of research and who has worked very hard on gaining the knowledge that is required in order to speak on flat earth. He has done the research. He has done the work. I think he's a good speaker when it comes to being alone and speaking or doing a flat earth sermon, for the lack of a better phrase. But when it comes to debates, if I'm honest, he's not a strong enough voice in that he just consistently gets bullied. He gets bullied by Red's rhetoric, and he obviously and most certainly got bullied by Aron Ra. And that's exactly what these guys do. They get you into their lion's den, and then they control the conversation, interrupt you, speak louder, make insults, talk to you like you're an idiot, and control the conversation by being absolutely arrogant and rude. And this is one of the problems. This is why I personally, and I come from the great debate community. Originally, I was involved with all of these guys, this Steve McRae, these Aron Ra's, all of them. I mean, these are people that are indoctrinated to the nth degree. And being indoctrinated is actually scriptural, because God said he who loves the world does not have the love of the Father within him. So to be indoctrinated is the essence of loving the world. These people love their indoctrination. Aron Ra loves. He can't get enough of the indoctrination. He loves being a slave to this world. He's even a tool in his slave ship. He wants all schools to remove anything religious or anything biblical. He only wants science taught in schools. He wants creation removed from any conversation. He only wants evolution, and he's absolutely indoctrinated, like I said, to the nth degree. Now, the problem with Jeranism and him even having a debate, first of all, it states in Romans that we are not to debate. Debating is something God actually says we should not do. But that's not even really the problem between this debate between these two. The problem, I mean, let's go to the crux of the issue. The crux of the issue is that they're both anti-Christian. They're anti-God. They're anti-Bible. So they're anti-creator. When you when you have two anti-creators debating creation, of which one doesn't even think it ever could have or would have or should have been created, and the other one just blatantly dismisses the God of the Bible, even though Scripture leans heavily to a flat earth. But you see, in this debate between both Aron Ra and Jeranism, and I'm going to put the link, I'm not going to show it here, but I'm going to put the link in the description. The problem is very, very simple. They're trying to debate creation while denying the Creator. And that doesn't work. If you don't know God, you can't possibly explain his creation, because then you can't quote scripture and you can't go to the Creator to substantiate or to give your argument any strength. You have to go to the world, and we talked about this with Jason A. They got to go to the world to defend God. They don't go to scripture to defend God. So this is what I'm talking about with Jeranism. He's an anti-Christian. I've heard him mock and insult Christians as well. And don't get me wrong, I pray and hope that one day he comes to the knowledge of God. Because at the end of the day, that's why we have this increased knowledge about flat earth. Because God is showing himself. He's revealing himself. Also in Romans it says that he reveals himself and we will be without excuse. And make no mistake about it, we're all going to be without excuse. You cannot deny God, the creator of this thing that we're on, this earth, when you clearly observe the truths that he is exposing in these times of increased knowledge. But when you have two anti-Christians, don't mind me, it's hot today. When you have two anti-Christians trying to debate creation, they immediately eliminate God. God gets exited from the conversation, and what ends up happening is, ego means edge God out. So even Jeranism, and most certainly Aron Ra, edge God out of the conversation about his creation. So when that happens, when you edge God out of a conversation about his creation, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. Absolutely nothing is going to come of it, because that's exactly what atheism is. Atheism, in their worldview, comes from nothing. There is no God. Everything was created from nothing. So from this debate, a debate, I guess, nothing comes from it, because it was controlled by atheism, of which atheism believes in the component of everything happening from nothing. So for me, nothing, that this debate was, I couldn't even really watch all of it. I kind of went through it, and there was so much arrogance, and there was so much interruption from Aron Ra being rude and talking down to Jeranism or Jaron. And Jaron doesn't defend himself very well. Like, he just doesn't have a strong, I don't want to be belittling, but he doesn't have a real strong, tough stance on flat earth. He has the knowledge, he has the information, he gets it, but he's not very equipped in talking to these types of people when they're battling him, because he can't lift his sword. It sounds to me like he can't lift his sword. And in order to be on the battlefield with these anti-Christians, these anti-truthers, these people that love the world and love their indoctrination, you got to be able to lift your sword, and you got to be able to swing it with some power. You got to be able to knock them off their platform, knock them off their feet, knock them off their game, knock them off their arrogance. Because if you don't do that, then at the end of the discussion, even though nothing becomes of it, nobody actually wins, you don't do flat earth any justice. You don't do flat earth any benefit. Because all you actually do is make flat earthers look like they can be manhandled easily. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I can guarantee you, Aron Ra, Steve McRae, and anybody else associated with that hangout from the anti-flat earth community, from the anti-flat earth position, had a hangout afterwards. Probably they do after shows, and I can guarantee you all they did was mock and laugh at Jaron and flat earth as a whole, because they truly believe by mocking, insulting, and being arrogant and interrupting and not allowing Jaron to be able to actually answer any questions, they take that as a win because Jaron was not strong enough in his position to take control of the conversation. Debate. To me, they're absolutely ridiculous. But with that being said, I don't think Jaron did Flat Earth a favor. I can guarantee you he didn't win anybody to Flat Earth in that, whatever that was. I think he wins people to Flat Earth with his videos and with his information, and when he does his live events by himself. I think he's very articulate and does very well. But when it comes to debating these monsters, because that's what Aron Ra is, he's a monster. And he bullies and disrespects and belittles and mocks and makes fun of people until it appears as though the people that he's doing it to have no grounds for their own beliefs or their own truths. And that's why debating these people is, in my opinion, a no-no. They're not debating for the sake of giving you the opportunity to express your position. They're debating you to mock you, insult, and ridicule you. That's what the incentive is on their end, is that you would look stupid. That's why they do that. They don't. Aron Ra said that he's been asking a flat earther to talk to him for over a year. No, you haven't. You've been requesting a flat earther to sit there and be treated like an idiot and to mock and insult is what you've been asking. You've never wanted to talk with a flat earther. You've only ever wanted to talk at a flat earther, and that's exactly what you did to Jaron. And although, you know, I like Jaron, I like his channel. I'm sub to him. He's made it very clear that he doesn't sub to just anybody, and because I know he's an anti-Christian, I know he doesn't sub to. Well, he hasn't subbed to me, which is fine. I don't look for people to sub to me just for the sake of subbing to me. But at the end of the day, he has separated himself within the flat Earth community in that he's all about the science. Again, this is the problem. When you remove God from the conversation about creation, guess what's going to happen? You're only going to attract those that are anti-Christian, that are anti-God, that are anti-Scripture, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day, anti-creation. So for me, the debate really didn't benefit Flat Earth. To me, the debate, at best, showed the arrogance of Aron Ra, showed the intent of the anti-Flat Earth community, especially in the great debate community. And sadly, it showed how weakly the Flat Earth side of this debate does when you don't have God, when you don't lean on God, when you haven't got God as your foundation of truth. When you are arguing science as your foundation of truth against science, which argues its foundation of truth, both as anti-Christians about a creation issue, the louder voice, the one that mocks the loudest, the one that insults the loudest, is going to come out the other end of that argument looking like they won. And don't get me wrong, nobody won. Nothing comes of this. You changed no heliocentric heathen's mind, and he changed no flat earther's mind. No flat earther after that debate went, you know what, that Aron Ra, he really made some good points. I'm going back to the globe. I can assure you that didn't happen. But the issue that we have here is that when you debate creation without a creator, I don't know how you expect to win anybody. That's why you need the creator. You need to know the creator. You need to know God. Many atheists had said to me over the years, I've read the Bible 30 times. I'm like, well, I don't care how many times you read the Bible if you don't know the author. So I don't care how greatly you debate flat earth if you don't know the creator. In order to truly be able to speak about flat earth in order to truly be able to translate flat earth to the indoctrinated minds of science in this world. You got to know the creator. That's the missing key point to debating these non-creation, non-God, non-Christian, non-flat earth heathens. If you're going to debate them, at the very least, on top of the information that you have, get to know the creator, get to know God. And you do that through Jesus Christ. And when that happens, when he reveals that truth to you, you go into these arguments wearing the armor of God and having the strength of Jesus Christ and the power of Scripture, the sword of truth. These people don't stand a chance. And it will give you the courage to not allow them to bully you and push you around like a punk, because that's exactly what happened to Jaron. I ask that if you guys like these videos, you guys like these messages, sub the channel, hit that like button. You'll see I get a lot of dislikes. The trolls seem to, I don't know what it is about me. I guess I attract them. And hit that bell for updates. God bless you guys. You guys take care of yourselves.